Hello, it's time for Combat Patrol Carnage. So we're back with issue 31 and we're on to our naming article and onto our little game as well. So yeah, we don't have much to cover. We have a naming article, plus we have a naming chart for all our character models, which include the Dark Apostle. And then we get to try them out. And we've got to decide which of the Chaos Gods we're going to swear allegiance to in order to find out our victory conditions for this mission. So will we vote going for Khorne, Nurgle, Slaanesh or Tzeentch? I'll have to have a think and we'll find out when we hit the table. So before we hit the table, don't forget to do all the usual. Like this video, subscribe to the channel and drop me a comment down below. Is there a particular Chaos God you're going to be dedicating your Chaos Space Marine collection to? Or are you going to stick to Undivided like me? It'll be fun to see as the collection grows and what we add to our model's background will be quite nice as well. Finally then, Combat Patrol Carnage is proudly sponsored by warbay.shop, your one-stop supply for all your hobby needs. They stock everything you need, from new and used models for your various different armies and game systems, to all your hobby supplies and your gaming equipment as well. They also stock Combat Patrol magazine and other previous partworks from Hachette, and they have their own store, so if you want to check out these items in person, head down and grab yourself a hobby bargain. There's a link to all the details in the video description, so check them out. Right then, let's name our apostle and we'll hit the table with a little game. So here we are then, back with issue 31 for our final time. It's battle time, and we've got to choose which of the Chaos Gods we want to try and please. And he will set us a task for us to achieve. So let's just shift our gaming stuff out of the way, take one last look at our Dark Disciples, and of course our awesome Dark Apostle there, looking really, really good. So into the magazine then. So past our naming charts, and here we go. Scenario 21, Arena of Madness. The Dark Apostle awakes to a vision of hundreds of foes beating them down and marching over their shattered corpse. Suddenly the Apostle is transported to a colossal arena. At the far end, a gate opens and out rushes an enemy. Their god is testing them and they must prevail. To play this scenario, one player must play the Chaos Space Marines and the other player must play the opposition. The Chaos Space Marines player must select a victory condition from the following page. Once they have selected the victory condition, they should tell the opposition player which condition they have chosen. Deployment. The Chaos Space Marine deploys their unit as shown. Then the opposition player rolls a dice and deploys the corresponding unit on Gateway 1. So on a roll of a 1, 2 Infernus Marines. On a roll of a 2, 3 Guardian Defenders. Roll of a 3, 3 Termagants. On a 4, 1 Terminator. On a 5, 1 Wind Rider. On a 6, 1 Von Rise Leaper. During each of their command phases, the opposition player makes another roll and deploys the corresponding unit in the gateway they did not use for the previous unit. After initial deployment, the Chaos Space Marine player takes the first turn. So, interesting game. So we set up right in the centre with our 2 Dark Disciples either side of us. Gateway 1's the top corner, Gateway 2 is the bottom corner. It says to use Battle Map 1, but the picture is actually Battle Map 2. And there we have it. So yeah, right. What we'll do, first off, we need to choose which of the gods we want to please. So for Khorne, we need to destroy 5 enemy models. For Tzeentch, we need to destroy one model from each of the 3 possible factions. For Nurgle, we just need to survive to the end of 5 battle rounds. And for Slaanesh, we need to do a total of 12 wounds. I think, ever shifting, I'm going to go for Tzeentch. So we need to defeat one of each of the 3 factions. So we need to defeat a Space Marine, a Tyranid, and a Eldari unit. Let's just hope the dice gods are on our side. Alright then, let's set up the battlefield and we can get on into our first turn. So we have our initial deployment. Now we need to choose who our first opponent is. So we'll roll our opposition dice. Ooh, a 5. So that is a single Wind Rider jet bike. And that appears up at gate 1. So with that deployed, it's now up to our first turn. So we kick things off with the Dark Disciple. So we have a movement of 6. And really we want to make sure we engage this Wind Rider jet bike. They're not very good in combat. So we'll start things off with a shot from our bolt pistol. Hitting on 3s. It does. And strength 4, tough 4, wounding on 4s. It doesn't. Well, in that case, we're going to have to make sure we do things with our Crozius. So, charging. A 7, that should be... yeah, 5 was enough. So, Dark Disciple, he only gets about there, but this guy can go whoop, over to there. And pile in, our Disciple can pile in. So, we get 5 attacks with our Crozius, hitting on 2s. Oh, fickle Dark Gods, almost giving us a negative. But strength 6, so wounding on 3s. Not too bad, 3 of them. These are -1, so our Wind Rider has a... So our Wind Rider has a 3 down to a 4. Ooh, Chaos Gods are smiling upon us. That is 3 ones. It takes 3 wounds. Actually, no, doesn't it? It takes 6 wounds because it's 2 damage from the Crozius. That is obliterated. So we have defeated an Eldari unit. So, rolling a dice to find our new unit. It's a 4, which is a single Terminator. And he's going to be deploying right there. So the thing is, we're not going to be able to do much of our turn. We are going to move 5. We're still not within 12, so it'll be 2 shots from our Stormbolter at the Apostle. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. Wounding. No AP, so 3 up save. There, we're fine. Over to the Chaos turn. So, can we wipe out a Terminator? We'll move 6. We'll take a shot with our bolt pistol. Hits. And 5 to wound this time. No. And then for a charge, we're probably going to want that 7 again. Yeah, 8 is the maximum away. So 7.5 is what we need. We get a 9. Yeah, the Chaos Gods really like us today. So, thing is, can we fell a Terminator before it punches us? This could be hard. So we'll hit it with 5 attacks from our Crozius. Everything hits. And strength 6, tough 5, freeze. We only missed the 1. Seeing as we are doing command phases, let's have a command reroll on that. There we go. All of them wounded. 5 at -1. So it's 2 up save down to a 3 up save. Ooh, it's failed 2. It will use a command reroll. Saved. Only fails the 1. So he's got 1 damage to him. And then we got 2 attacks with our close combat weapons, hitting on 4s. 1 hits. And wounding on 5s. Nope. Terminator will punch back. So he gets 3 attacks with his Power Fist. Ouch. Hitting once. We have got another command reroll we can use. Hitting twice, that's a little better. And Strength 8, Tough 4, so 2s. Oh, we still dropped 1. 1 through though, at -2, so 3 up down to a 5 up, or we've got a 4 up in Von. Let's use the 4 up in Von. Saved either way. Phew, that was lucky. So we are tied in place there. So opposition's roll 5. So that is another Wind Rider. And we deployed here last time, so we deploy over here. We'll go right down there. So we can't do much. We are going to keep our distance though. We'll fly down to the bottom corner here out of the way. Fighting phase, so it's the opposition's turn, meaning the Chaos fights first. 5 attacks to Crozius, hitting on 2s. Wounding on 3s. Oh, I'll use a reroll. Still, oh. Ouch, I don't think they are pleasing Zinch. Only 1 goes through. 3 up save. Saved. 2 close combat weapon attacks. Both hit. And 1 wounds. 2 up save. Failed. Nice. Command reroll. Saved. Dang. Power Fist punching back. Two. 4 up invuln. Saved 1. Failed 1. That will kill an apostle. Preacher. So one of my dudes is dead. And with that, it's over to the Chaos turn. So again, command point each. As it's our turn, the fight goes to, first off, shooting phase or bolt pistol to Terminator for hit and a wound. 2 up. Fails. Will he say, will he roll? No, I think we'll say it for something more important. We will take that. We have 1 wound left. So 3 attacks with the Power Fist. Hitting twice. Wounding on 2s. 2 wounds. 4 up invulns. We'll re-roll one of those. Into a fail. So 1 will kill this dude, and then we take 2 damage. Ow. Oh, not looking good. We might be failing this. Right. Our turn to strike back. 5 attacks from the Crozius. Wounding on 3s. Oop, that's out. Still out. Still fail. 1 goes through. This could be all we need if he fails it on a 1 or 2. On a 1 or 2. Nope, he survives. That's end of the Chaos turn. We summon a new unit. Another Wind Rider. This time a Scatter Laser Wind Rider. So it's the closest I can reach. And we deploy down here this time. So movement phase. We'll zoom up behind. You know what? We will fall back. This is technically a desperate escape, I guess. Because actually, no, we need to battle shock first. Ouch, that's a fail. So he is battle shock. This will be a desperate escape on a 1 who take a wound. No, he's fine. So fall back 5. Meaning our shooter units can open fire. So 6 shots of the scatter laser. Hitting on freeze. And we are targeting the closest units when we reroll 1s. And wounding on freeze. Not too bad. 3 -0, so 3 up armor. Ouch. Single damage. Yeah, we're down to 3. We only have 1 wound left. And it's time for the twin shuriken catapult, which has 2 shots. Both hitting. And 4s. Both wounding. Again, oh, -1 this time, so 4 up armor. Oh, we failed it. Do we have a command reroll? We do have a command reroll. Can we survive? Not like that, we can't. In the tray. Yes, we survived. Whew. Charges. The Wind Riders will not charge. They don't want to get bogged down. Do we? No. So over to the Chaos side of things. Generate command points. Let's shoot at a Wind Rider. Missing. Charge at a Terminator. Command reroll. That's better. We're going to take this Terminator down or die trying. Most likely die trying. Hitting on 2s. Wounding on 3s. There we go. Zinch is smiling upon us. And -1, so 3 up saves. It's failed 1. That's a dead Terminator. Nice. We just need to defeat a Tyranid unit if we can survive. Consolidate towards nearest enemy, which is that guy over there. Speaking of nearest enemy, generate new enemy. Come on, a 1. No, it's another Wind Rider. Swing. And we're in range to shoot, but I think we're going to fly down to there. This guy can go up and join him. So we got 2 guys shooting with twin catapults. Ooh, that's going to hurt. 3 at -1. Last needs to be a command reroll. No! Ooh, we have displeased the Chaos Gods. Oh, this isn't going to go well. Okay, it's going to be an opposition victory, so back to the magazine for our victory speech. So the Apostle failed to achieve his task, so that means we go to damnation. The Dark Apostle has failed. For a moment, the indifference of the Chaos Gods subsides, just long enough to express their displeasure at their devoted follower. The corpse of the Dark Apostle rises, and its flesh is torn and rent, mutating into an incoherent mass of writhing mouths, lumpen flesh, and thrashing tentacles. We have become a Chaos Spawn. We could have been gifted with demonic possession, that would have been very nice, but no, we have been ripped asunder and turned into a Chaos Spawn. Not very nice for our first outing. Oh well, let's take a look into the future then. Hopefully the Chaos Gods will be more pleased with this. So, the issue 32 comes with 2 new paints. Reikland Flesh Shade, which we'll be using to paint all of our gold and flesh details. And Orc Flesh, which we're not using at the moment. We learn about the Long War, and we have the faction rules for our Eldari, plus a little scenario to try them out. Then issues 33 and 34 are going to be parts 1 and 2 of the Chaos Space Marines. So we learn about the Legionnaires of Chaos, we learn about the Black Legion, and we learn all about making attacks in the starting of the shooting rules. We also get weapon abilities for shooting weapons. We learn about Abaddon's Black Crusades, and we of course have build and paint guides for our Chaos Space Marine unit. So I'm looking forward to getting those issues done. Nice set of models for us to build and paint. But that is it. That's it for this issue. So issue 31, the start of our chaos, and it's not gone our way. The Dark Gods do not mess around when it comes to trying to be pleased. Even though we sacrificed our Dark Disciples, it was not to go our way. And yeah, we paid the price. Oh well. Like I said, that's it for this issue. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you've enjoyed our first Chaos Space Marine unit. Looking forward to adding more to our Chaos Space Marine collection in the near future. I'm off to update the models in my collection, and I'll be painting the gold detail on this guy, and then we've got a few other models that require different detail shaded, so I'll bring in one each of our other models just to show off our new paints in action. But all that's left for me to do is to say thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you next time on more Combat Patrol Carnage. Goodbye.